Ladies and gentlemen, back on the phone for a minute. It's raining. It's raining at quite a clip. It's been raining on and off for the last day, which I ain't even mad about. You shouldn't be either. Gonna make my work week so much nicer. It's a short one, but I mean, I was behind on watering. We had a burial. This helps. Anyway, it's a little dark in the apartment today. It is now Sunday. Whence last you saw me out here, I think it was Saturday. I wanted to get out and see what our situation was with most of the roof uncovered in the rain, and happy to announce the only wet spots are the ones that came in off my shoes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try and finish this today. It is going to be a mess with all of this still to do and the rain, but I'm getting a lot of the product for out here, the conduit that's going to run from, you can see the it's where the wheelbarrow went when I dumped the stuff. Getting the conduit that's going to run from the house to out here. One piece is going to carry the power. That's the electrical box right there. I got another smaller one that's going to run some internet all the way out here. So we'll have wired internet out here. We ordered that. Ordered a little platform because this was dirty, right? That was dirty and it was bad and it was real gross. But one of the worst parts is, like, just doing this, I'm like just about the extent of my reach to do that. Just about. So like my calves are just killing me. So we got a little platform thing. It's kind of like a mini scaffold. It's not quite as tall as that table. It's probably half that, but it's 4 feet long. You just move it, you stand up on it, you do the thing. You know, it's better than a ladder. We did order the heater, the little mini split thing, which again is going to hang over here somewhere. I'm not anywhere near ready to get it installed, but number one, it was on sale. Number two, we had like a big 10-15% off thing that had to be spent this month, so that's the deal there. It's not too bad out here right now. I didn't show this the other day. I should have. It started at about 70 and ended at 75. And right now it's 67, which is fine. It's very comfortable. It's just messy. Anyway, so we've got some of the stuff ordered. I was going to get our the actual cable that's going to run into the conduit through Lowe's, but I found it local, single, like a single insulated piece of cable, as opposed to 4 individuals, for like $1.50 less a foot. By the time we bought all 400 feet of the old stuff compared to the 100 feet of the new stuff, so we're gonna pick that up. Gonna deal with the light fixtures once we figure out drywalling for the ceiling and the walls. We're gonna get into the I don't know if there's controversy. According to some people, you put your wall up and then you put your ceiling on top of it. Then the wall is helping hold up the ceiling. Other people say you put the ceiling up first, then you put the wall up first, so you can get a better joint between the ceiling and the wall. I'm gonna put the ceiling up first kind of guy, not because of any structural thing. It's just easier, I think, to put the ceiling up first and then build to the ceiling. They make a thing, I think it's called a third hand, and it's basically a pole and it's got a little square, sits on the ground, and it's got a little rubber like knob on top, and you put it down and you use it to hold up a piece of drywall for ceilings. You get 2 or 3 of them, and just hold it while you put it on. Might track down some of those. I could get a lift, but I've used a drywall lift in a room a little smaller than this, and it made the job so much worse because there were things in the room we couldn't work around, and the boss says, we're going to get 12-foot sheets. I really think that's a bad idea because the room was so small, but that's what he said to get, and I hated every minute of it. Now here, obviously, I do whatever I want. I'm not doing 12-foot sheets. I'm doing 8x4s because that's standard, and an 8x4 is going to be, I don't know, about there. I think it'll need 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 to do this room. Maybe. I don't know how big the room is. To tell you the truth, I haven't measured it. But yeah, that's the plan today. Just going to finish that. Didn't want to dig out the camera. There's no light in here right now. I'm not running an extension cord in this mess. But I'll just sweep all the insulation up to one side. I filled 3 of these. Went and emptied them into the trash this morning. 2 of them, anyway, because 2 is all that would fit. And one of them got a little wet, and it was a lot heavy. So that one should be fine. It's out of the rain enough, but I'm a little bummed my plywood got wet. That was the stuff I was trying to save. It'll be all right. If it's not, it's not. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. Speaking of plywood, one neat little trick, if you're doing a similar project to this, when you get a mound of this stuff, put a piece of plywood down on it and just step on it. That 2-foot tall thing will compact down to about 2 inches. Much easier to clean up. Anyway, I keep talking because I'm putting it off. I just really don't want to mess with all that. Oh, did go looking for some gable vents at the local thrift stores. Didn't find any. Which, you know, they're like $15-20 each. 30 if you get a fancy one. We're not getting fancy ones. And I've got some screens, so I could just really put just a vent up there. Put the screen on the back and it'd be fine. Did find a nice tile saw, though, for like $14, and this really cool vintagey retro looking fan that's going to need a little renovation and restoration. Maybe we'll do a video about that someday. Anyway, I'm going to get to work. Let's get some tunage, man. Rocking with docking. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Labor Day. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now, I do not need your assistance today. So it's Labor Day, roughly 9:30, roughly 62 degrees. Well, it was like 50 something. Then I picked up the thing. I had to stop because it was like getting. It's so dusty up there. It was getting like the borderline. I looked like I was in blackface, and that's bad. Nobody should do that ever. But it was getting really dirty, so I quit. Just kind of swept all this up. I've got just this little bit more to go. So that and this little tiny bit and all the insulation from there. There's a bag. There's 2 bags in the dumpster. There's a bag, so that's bag number 5. It's about half full. There's at least another bag's worth here, and probably another bag's worth up there with all of this, plus right up there. Yeah. and pleased to announce that as bad as it looks up there, it's actually not as bad as it looks up there. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, the old roof is kind of holding its own. There's the new OSB there. Shingles on top of that. I would like to make it a tin roof, so might do that one of these days. Yeah, it's very dusty, and since it's so wet, I'm not stringing a line out here. I had the fan sitting, you know, blowing all the dust out. Not doing that anymore. So today's project, I'm just gonna finish this. Then when this is done and get this all cleaned up, can start working on the floor, and then we'll start moving that stuff in here and do the same thing in there. Maybe a white hair tie was not a great idea today. Anyway, that's where we're at. See you eventually. Okay. We're done. Done enough. Not going to worry about any of that till I get up there. Not going to worry about any of that till we start on the other half and that wall is down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 in the dumpster, 6, 7 bags. And that is a 42-gallon bag. What is that? 254 gallons-ish. Packed pretty tight, too. Not super tight, but pretty tight. Got to clean up all of that, get the rest of the insulation down off all the other stuff, but I'm not going to do it until I can get rid of some of these bags. I do need to come turn the water off, work on getting this capped. But yeah, then we're pretty much set. I'm going to see if I can get a shop vac and just suck the rest of that up. I don't want most of it here, but next thing we'll do in this room, after all the cleanup, for ceiling prep, is we gotta come and pull all of these nails. I got most of them, a lot of them just because it was right at the end of that lath, just broke. I think I'll do some extra blocking in a couple spots. Like this is fine for that light, but my lights are probably gonna need that. If I do pot lights, they're gonna be the ones that span the cavity there. Figure out what we're gonna do for the where am I? For the gable vent. It won't be dead center, obviously, because that piece is there. We'll put one that side and then opposite side on the opposite side, you know. And I don't think they'll have to be very big because it's not a huge space, but there was no air moving at all up there. Even with the wind blowing like it is. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Once I close the window, like, nothing up there is really moving. What's by the door, like that little guy, he's moving, but nothing else. So at least we are airtight for the most part. Oh, we thought there might have been a chimney up there. If you look right there, I think that's where the cutout for it was. It almost had to be. Nice round hole. No sharp spots on that, baby. No, sir. So, looking at this electrical a little bit, let's talk about this for a minute. Coming up out of here, somewhere. There's one there. There's one there. So unless it's split, I've got one line coming here, goes to the box. This is where all the extra comes from. So one in from the breaker box here, split once, going over here to the switch, turns that fixture on. But there's another one, going down excuse me, which is going out to that fixture. So then it's got to come back in. That's these two. This one and this one. This one was for that switch, and the other one was for that outlet. I think that one is going to the other light. These two were going into there. And they all came in. They came in here and then went out. Except for those two over there. I'm thinking those just go straight down the wall. But that is not how you do that. That's not even close to how you should do that. There should be going two over there, one to the outside light, one to this light, stop. You know? Or run both of these together so one switch turns on both inside lights. That's how that should have happened. You know, it's nothing's in conduit, which doesn't have to be for this kind of installation, but what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. And I think that should be stapled. And it's not. That one's stapled. But I don't think most of the others are. That's going to be fun to pull out. The other fun thing is, should I need to get up there? Because, you know, we got to put in the vent. So I'll have to get up there. I'm not worried about having something to stand on. I'm just worried about fitting. I'm not a small individual. Got a little bit of light right there. That ain't too bad. It's just going to be tight working up there, because ideally the best place is be right here, and I'm broader across than that, so I wouldn't quite fit in there. We'll figure it out. It won't be too bad. But I think that's it till I can get some you know, good cleanup done, and then we'll come and tackle the other room. Well, we'll get the floor up, which I wasn't looking forward to, and then I thought it was going to be easy, and now I'm not so sure anymore. Get the floor up, we'll move all the stuff in here, that we can get that 100%, you know, down to basically this. We'll take the wall down, and then we can start really hitting it. Might go up there and clip all these cables and pull them out. I don't know yet. They got to come out one way or the other. But I don't know if I want to do it now or wait. I think there's one there. I think that one probably jumps down to do the fridge. Somewhere there's power for that baseboard. And I don't see where it came from. This one went down, but I don't... Why would you run that one down and not any of the others? Anyway, it is just about 10:45, 60 degrees. And that's all we're doing today. Thanks for joining me. This must be a new FedEx thing where they don't put the packages on the, you know, I mean, I don't blame them. There's stairs, but that should be conduit 1, conduit 2, and the heater. Oh boy, it's exciting. In the house is the 8-gauge wire, the 12-gauge wire, our breaker box, and my little platform. Go ahead and haul these back. I got the trencher rented for next Friday. And yeah. I'm gonna be in business. Kinda, sorta. No mail. That's fine. go store some of this stuff, man.